Hello everyone, back with me ARFA'UN NADHIROH, and in this video I would like to answer 15 questions from Mem Fitri Arini for English for Children subject mid task, and hope you enjoy the video. Question number 1. In your opinion, why is it important to teach English for young learners? Well, because teaching English language in young age believed as the most effective way to create a good English speaker. We believe that children have a spectacular capacity in absorbing an information. They also have an amazing impersonate skill. They do what they saw, they speak what they heard, and the things they impersonate then becoming a habit that won't easily change in the future. It works for pronunciation. It is how they learn pronunciation. And also, young age is the good pace to teach grammar. Make them impersonate the pattern or structure of a sentence and create a habit, a grammar habit without they realize. But most important is language is the key of communication. The more language you know, the more words are opened. And introducing the new word to children never gone wrong. English is an international language that used to connect different language speakers, so it is very important to mastering English in our daily life. And the teaching of English, it is better when we teach it at a young age. Number 2. In your opinion, how do young learners grasp English subject in the process of teaching and learning activities? Well, I believe they put English as something new and strange where they are not familiar with it, especially in Japanese in my hometown. Their first language is Japanese and then their second language is Indonesian. But children has their own imagination, they has their own word and way to learn English. They find easy to remember the vocabulary that has similarity with the first language. For example, for the word bus, it has a similarity with Indonesian word bus. The other word like pencil, it has similarity with Indonesian word pencil. And also broom. It has not similarity because in Indonesian broom means sapu, but broom has a unique sound like broom broom, so they are easily to understand. Meanwhile, for a difficult word, they need the repetition from the teacher to make them understand. Like for example, ruler. It's kinda hard to pronounce, but if we repeating it, we use it at a daily activity classroom, the student will easily remember it. The other word like cupboard, and the simple and commonly used sentence like what is your name. If the teacher do it day by day, the student will remember it quickly. Number 3. In your opinion, what should teachers do when they find a low students in their classroom? Well, the surely answer is help them. And in my opinion, there are 3 steps to help the low students. The first you need to know how far your student left behind. Are they far away or they just a little bit left? The second, as a teacher, you need to find the reason why they left behind. You can look at their portfolios, ask them privately, eye to eye, ask their parents, their seatmates, their classmates, or the other teacher who teach that class. And the third is do what you can do. If after you find the reason why they left behind, you can take an action. If they feel sleepy at your class, maybe you need to change your activity. If they are not comfortable with the condition of the class, maybe your class is too hot or too cold for them, you can tell the headmaster to buy a fan or maybe air conditioning. And if they has a disability that you cannot take an action, you can tell their parents to go to a professional. Number 4. In your opinion, can a student have 8 multiple intelligence in the same time? Why? Of course, they can. ME theory already proposed that each person has capacities in all 8 intelligence, and children are born with all of these intelligence, and those intelligence develop together as they grow. But nothing's perfect in this world. So most of the people in this world surely have one or two intelligence that dominate other intelligence. Your sister may be good at musical audio, meanwhile your brother good at mathematical logic. And that's just a normal thing. But surely all the human that born in this world born with eight multiple intelligence, but one or two multiple intelligence that really dominate their brain. Number 5. In your opinion, what reason that makes someone cannot recognize their multiple intelligence, and why? Well, honestly, I think there are many reasons why someone cannot recognize their intelligence. Maybe they're good at everything, so they confuse which intelligence they're really good at. Or maybe they just so at everything, so they confuse which intelligence that really develop as they growing. But the commonly reason I meet in daily life why they cannot develop the MI is because they don't really know themselves, and this influenced by intrinsic and extrinsic factors. Intrinsic factors such as insecurities, low confidence, and anxiety. Like they think that the other person is just better than them, that they just so that they just nothing, like, and it stops them to develop their multiple intelligence. The extrinsic factors such as childhood trauma. Some of you maybe have a strict parents that don't let you choose a choice when you are a child, and it's influence to your when you are growing older. You can choose a choice. You don't know what you really had, what you don't know what you really like, because you are used to following the flow. You just following the command that given by your parents. Number 6. In your opinion, what should teachers do when they face of many kinds of students with different intelligence in the classroom? Explain your answer. Well, teacher can do variety activity that carry all of the intelligence, but it doesn't mean that the teacher should change the activity every minute to facilitate all of the 8 intelligence. It's totally wrong. Teacher should create an activity to carry as much as possible intelligence. For example, you can sing and dance to a song. It is interesting and exciting for musical and kinesthetic intelligent children. Or maybe guessing and counting animal using from card. It is to develop the mathematical logic and naturalist intelligence. Number 7. In your opinion, what an ideal teacher should be? Explain your answer. Well, in my opinion, ideal teacher should be the teacher that train their best to make the student understand. The second, know the student's condition well and decide which method, material, and activity that suit with their students. The third, achieve a learned purpose that written by the institution or government. Achieving, it doesn't mean that your student should have a high or perfect score. But you can achieving the purpose when your student understand, when your student meet the purpose of the teaching. And the last, good teacher is teacher who dedicated to their profession without forgetting about their own self. Number 8. In your opinion, how should classroom management be arranged by a teacher in order to make classroom condition comfortable for the student? Well, classroom should be arranged based on the student's condition. And this is the following elements that need to count for the teacher when they manage a classroom. First is materials, second teaching method and teaching strategy, teaching activity, and the arranging of students' table. Even the arranging of students' table influence the comfortable of the classroom, influence the condition and situation. So it needs to arrange based on the condition of the students in that class. Number 9. In your opinion, what is the meaning of open-ended activity center? Open-ended activity center is areas that used to do activity matched with aid intelligence that lead the student to explore more about the activity. It's not stick in one topic or one activity. It's divided into two. There are permanent open-ended center and temporary open-ended center. Permanent open-ended center is commonly used for 1 year long, such as library, art area, and so on. Meanwhile, temporary open-ended center, it can be set up and taken down quickly by a classroom teacher, such as Scrabble, Monopoly, and Twister. And the student can explore the activity and topic freely to develop their intelligence. They can move from one center to other center. They can move from one activity to other activity. They can do it freely. There's no there's no really boundaries of it. They can develop all the 8 multiple intelligence. Number 10, in your opinion, why should teachers have many kinds of teaching strategy to teach MI student? Well, it's because every student is different. They have different dominant intelligence, different interests, and different learning style. So in order to accommodate the needs of all the students, the teacher need to do a various strategy. And also, different strategy of teaching also help teacher to control the class, make the class calm down or hype the class up. Intelligent dominant students can calm their self down when the teacher write at the blackboard quiet place, but it doesn't enough for the musical, audio, and kinesthetic students. They need an action and they need a sound like shh to make their self calm. So the teachers need many kinds of strategy. Number 11. In your opinion, what should non-English teacher do to integrate their English subject with other students? With other subject, explain your answer. Well, integrating English, non-English teachers should integrating English from a simple and common thing. For example, from greeting before and after class, because it is familiar with the students. Like the sentence, good morning students, how are you today? And then they can step up into simple words such as pencil, bag, table, water, hot, cold, and so on. And they can step into simple sentence such as, what is that? What is it called? And after the student at the certain point, they can integrating with a more complex sentence such as, how many pencils did Anna buy? Like that. And integrating English with other subjects should be done through visual, audio, and kinesthetic teaching method. So it not just the teacher talking, but they need to act it. They need to do something. They need to practice it to make the student understand. And the teacher should make sure that the student has a prior knowledge about English language before the teacher uses them in the non-English class, which makes sure that the student already familiar and know the meaning or maybe the structure of the English sentence or English word that said by the teacher. Number 12. In your opinion, can young learner master all English material when they are in elementary school? Please explain the answer. I think yes, it is possible, especially for a linguist intelligent student, because they naturally interested in the language learning. So it's very possible for them to absorb all of the information. Well, there are some factors that affecting the absorption of the materials. There are the materials itself, the teaching method, learning style, class condition, classroom activity, and also life environment, like how is the condition of their parents, how is the neighborhood of the students. It's affecting the absorbing level of English material. But Please take a note that it's not happen to all of the young English learner. It's depend on the students itself. Number 13. In your opinion, is there any differences ability for the students when English is taught in different level of age? Explain your answer. I think yes, there is a different ability. We already familiar that the young learner has a better pronunciation than adult or old learner because the impersonate ability that I explained earlier, and because the concentration time is different, so the level of absorbing an information is also different. And for the old learner, because as they growing older, their storage is filled by knowledge and they have a habit that they carry from their first language. So speaking can be difficult ability to master. Their pronunciation affected by the first language, but the commonly competency that the older younger has is maybe they has a better grammar than the children when they are learning English. Number 14. Integrating English lesson with other subjects can be done by teachers who have knowledge about English. In your opinion, how should non-English teacher do in the classroom for integrating English and other subjects? Well, I think it's pretty similar with question number 11, so my answer goes the same with my answer for question number 1. I'm sorry, for the question number 11. You can go to previous minute. Jump into previous minute. Number 15 and the last is, please give an example technique for teaching English by using animated story. Well, there are remembering object. It's focused on vocabulary and writing, and it's proposed visual, spatial, and naturalist MI. And the animated stories title is The Ant and the Dove. You can search it at the YouTube. And the procedure is the first. The teacher need to tell the student to work individually, and then they can play the video that already searched at the YouTube. After playing the video, the teacher asks the student to write down the name of 6 objects they can see in the video. For example, ant, dove, hunter, water, leaf, and river. And after that, the teacher can ask each student to write further description of each object to read clear visualization of the object. For example, dove, and the description is the color is white, like that.
Okay, that's all about my answer of 15 questions that has given by Ma'am Fitri. Sorry for the mispronounce and the wrong grammar I used. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.